And there's a light just came on over there. So I'm definitely not alone in these woods. I did actually see some very unusual lights in the sky, and I know you're thinking, oh, here we go. Welcome everybody. In this episode we're going to head to a campsite called Holistic Woods, which is in the Rendlesham forest, and we're going to get out there and do the UFO walk. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to the site. It's a wild camping style site, so yeah, and apparently I will have the field to myself, living the dream. Bit quirky. Yes, I'm quite liking it. £10 a night for me in the camper van. That's pretty good. Now that is going to go up next year. She did say for single people in a camper van it will be a different price. But for now, what's not to like about that? And I just feel like we're out in the middle of nowhere as well, literally in a heathland. It was hard to find, so be warned. But yeah, that's pretty good. So the toilets are porta potties, and there has just been a large group staying here and had like a little festival going on. So yeah, not too sure how clean they'll be, but we'll check them out in a minute. There's plenty of bins about. They are full, but again they have just had a little mini festival on. So but I should have the place to myself tonight because everyone's now packing up and leaving, so all good. So it seems to be a fairly relaxed campsite as far as what you can do. People have been having fires on the ground. There's been some kids going around in one of the fields on motorcycles. They're not really bothering me. I'm fine with that. For £10 a night, I am bothered. So yeah, it's a bit kind of like everyone I've seen is a bit of a hippie. A bit kind of like hippie commune. But I've stayed on sites like this before and they've been really great. So yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy it, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm like tucked away in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, going to head off in a minute and go check out Rendlesham Forest and do the UFO walk. Yeah, big old gazebo. They do allow like groups and parties and festivals. Yeah, I was just chatting to a bloke. He said, oh, if you get cold in the night, come in here. Yeah, I kind of expected that. Well, finally we're off, people. I come back, got my coat because it's actually really cold in the forest, and got another can of Guinness because, to be honest with you, I feel really drowsy. I slept terrible, and I know what'll sort me out: a midday beer. So I'm going to have a Guinness in a minute. Perk me up a bit so I'm not too boring for you. And yeah, we're going to head down to where the UFO landing was, walk past the Ministry of Defence and do the UFO walk. Probably potter about there and have a few more beers, and then maybe do the walk in the night. See what happens. So I can remember I have walked this route before, and I did walk past that site once before, and I remember thinking, is that a gypsy yard or what? Part of it there is like all caravans, and that's where people seem to live. But the bit I'm in is really nice, to be fair, and I'm quite happy there. And for the price, you know, I am loving it. These kind of sites are not for everyone. I haven't seen anyone yet, so no one's walked past and thought, why is this prat drinking a pint of Guinness in the middle of an empty forest on his own? But who cares? Had dinner not that long ago, so I can't neck it. So I think that the Ministry of Defence is just up here, so it is right near the campsite. We've only been left about 5 minutes ago, and then you just walk around that and then you are where the UFO landing was, so all good. Yeah, so perked up now a bit, people. I really needed that. This isn't going to be a channel about me just drinking all the time. This is about me exploring. But yeah, I did need that. We're now at the Ministry of Defence grounds. Obviously it's quite a big ground, so we're a little way before the UFO walk as yet. Wow, that is one really big site. So in 1980 this was occupied by the Americans, and it was over Christmas time, between Christmas and New Year. They kept seeing strange lights in the sky, so they went and checked on the second night. They thought, right, let's go check. So they got some torches, they got some audio footage as well. But there's definitely a lot of evidence that the military were here, they saw something in the sky and they went out to find out what it was, and they saw some very unusual lights. And we're going to head to where they saw the unusual lights and where they say they saw the UFO land. So some people do claim that this airbase was holding nuclear warheads, and that a UFO hovered over the bunker with the nuclear warheads in, shined a beam down and deactivated the nuclear warhead. Now there's not a lot of evidence of that, but there is evidence that the American Air Force actually went out to look for these UFOs. So yeah, we're going to go and follow the path they took to the lights. So the story of Rendlesham Forest is well told, and there's even a film about it, the Rendlesham Forest Incident or something that's called, and it's been on many documentaries. That's one of them though, isn't it? Do I believe, don't I believe? Well, I do think that people who work for the Air Force do know the difference between a light and a flying craft. I personally would think. Maybe we'll get lucky tonight. Hey, maybe ET will pop down and give me a probe, and then I'll know and I'll be able to report back to you. Yeah, we'll see. We're going to be walking through here pitch black tonight, so well, hopefully it won't be pitch black. The moon is out, should be a nice clear night, so hopefully we won't get lost, because there's a bit of a concern. We'll see what happens. Little grey man might come out and put his finger in me. So the Ministry of Defence came out from an entrance over there. They walked over here, crossed the road, and then they took this path here, right down here. We're now on the official trail that they took. So obviously there has been many skeptics, and a lot of people have said that the lights that they saw came from the Orford Ness Lighthouse. The Orford Ness Lighthouse is no longer there. It's been knocked down or was washed to sea. Now, I have been here when the lighthouse stood, and it seems extremely unlikely that that lighthouse 12 miles away's lights were shining all the way through this forest. You can't see the lighthouse from here. When it was built, you couldn't see it, and that seems a bit absurd to me that that's what people are saying it was. That seems almost as unbelievable as the alien craft, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what the skeptics are saying. I believe that I believe Air Force men would know the difference between that and a flying craft. I think they would have known. But I'm not saying that what they saw was an alien craft. Could have been something like ball lightning, maybe. Who knows? We should be at the site fairly soon. Well, I made it, people. You probably can't make any of this out. Hopefully the camera is working. This is the spot where it happened apparently, and behind me, I don't think you'll pick any of it up, is a replica UFO of what they claim they saw. So yeah, gonna walk back in a little while, have a few beers here first really, see if anything unusual happens. So if you're watching this then, people, that's because the footage from yesterday was so horrendous it wasn't worth showing. But basically this is where they were standing and they saw a craft similar to this going through the trees. Now obviously, as I said, the skeptics say it was the lighthouse. The lighthouse is actually not as far as I thought. It's only about 5 miles in that direction, but 5 miles over there, the light beaming through all these trees. I don't buy that tale of events. I'm not saying it was a UFO, but I don't think it was the lighthouse. But yeah, thought I'd come back today and actually show you what it's like here. Now, one thing I will say though about the people who claim to have been here witnessing it, their stories do seem to get more elaborate as the years go on. So something to bear in mind. So yeah, gonna have this and head back. This footage is probably terrible. I do apologise, people. I'm a muppet. So yeah, as I said, this is my second time walking through this forest in the pitch black. And I've been to a lot of haunted places and a lot of stuff where supernatural stuff has apparently happened. And this place is a little bit eerie. Now, I think a lot of it is that at night it is dark, like you are covered. It's quite dense, parts of it. But yeah, it definitely it does have an eerie feel about it, to be fair. It sounds like I can hear something weird in the distance. And I mean, you're going to hear animals around you, of course you are. There's loads of deer, foxes. But every now and then I'll stop. And there's a light just came on over there. Now, well, I've been here before, and people do this walk in the middle of the night. Well, I'm doing it in the middle of the well, not in the middle of the night. But, you know, it's possible there's other people going to be out here walking around as well, doing this. People do it. But, yeah, I think it just plays on your imagination out here. It is one of them woodlands that you know, you get some and they play on your mind and you think, what is that? I am now looking at a light in the distance, but I think there was a house up here, hopefully. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit creepy. You know, I don't normally get too scared. Got booze in my system. People are normally more scared of me than when they see me in the middle of nowhere, pitch black, you know. But yeah, definitely a bit of an eerie woods. Yeah, you can see how people's imaginations can run wild, because mine do. I keep thinking, is there someone behind me? And there's not. At the end of the day, there really isn't. It's my imagination, because I'm in a really dark woods, and it's just my mind playing tricks on me. But it do make you think. Yeah. Okay, now I will admit, I literally just nearly crapped myself. I turned around and saw what looked like a big flash of light. Now, it turned out it wasn't. It was the moon reflecting from a puddle. But it really scared the hell out of me. I really thought it was a light. I am now coming up to a light, but I think I've took a different path and I'm coming up to where a house is, hopefully. Otherwise something bad's going to happen to Bongo Ben, people. He is going to get probed. Never know, I might like it. So I'm definitely not alone in these woods. There's some people over there screaming and shouting. I think they're on the car park. They're probably boy racers, or people just come down to, I don't know, prat about and have a laugh. Well, we're back now, people, and Bongo Ben's on the good stuff. He's got some ox heart to fry up. Gonna have that with some stir fry. Now, I did not get probed by E.T. I feel a little bit neglected, you know. It's nice to feel wanted, isn't it? But never mind, we're back now anyway. Not much to report. Did see some strange lights. I'm debating whether to tell you about them. But anyway, just get cooking up some tea. Now, when I was coming back through the woods, I did actually see some very unusual lights in the sky, and I know you're thinking, oh, here we go. Yeah, he's just playing up for the camera. Now, I'm not saying what I saw was UFOs, but what I did see was quite unusual, and I can't explain it, and it has been on my mind, really. So when I got home, a quick look through Facebook would reveal that the lights were actually Elon Musk's Starlink satellites. So nothing majorly exciting, but never mind. So I bought myself a little lantern for when I'm on campsites without electricity, so that you can actually see me properly. But of course, like an idiot, I bought the wrong size batteries. So we've got to make do with a torch shining on my face. Never mind, I'm trying. So I would like to thank a subscriber who has donated to the channel, which has paid for the stay on this campsite tonight. Cheers, David Allen, mate. That is really appreciated. I am absolutely gobsmacked. Now, I will be honest with you people, I have never donated to a YouTube channel in my life, and that is why I am never going to ask for donations. You're not going to see me talk about where links are. If you wanted to know, you could find them. But at the end of the day, if you watch the videos and you are subscribed, you are helping me out and you are supporting the channel. So I'm never going to be talking about stuff like that. But obviously, I want to thank David because he's done that for me and has paid for this campsite tonight. So yeah, cheers. So I would like to thank all my subscribers who commented on my last video with my concerns about getting out and making videos over winter. Like, that really mean a lot. And you're all giving good ideas. And yeah, no, I appreciate that. Because, it's a bit worrying, like, oh, if I don't go on a campsite, are they going to think, oh, we ain't watching this prat again? He ain't even on a campsite. But, yeah, it's good to know that I've got some good subscribers out there, and I've got some good support from you. And I do really appreciate it. That's fantastic. So, cheers, everyone. Morning everyone. So yeah, I slept okay last night. I've quite enjoyed the site, to be honest. I've met the lady, she's took the money, very friendly lady, very nice indeed. And she said, any problems, just let her know. She's happy to give refunds. I'm perfectly fine with the site. Now I understand that the toilets are not for everybody, I don't have to use them, so I don't care. That's completely irrelevant to me. But if you did have to use them, then yeah, you might not be too happy. But I am happy and I'm having a great stay here. Now cheers for watching everyone. If you've enjoyed any of this, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Keep living the dream.